Hello and welcome to the show. I'd just like to start, first of all, by saying a big thank you to many of my viewers who have sent in donations. They've been absolutely amazing. You've been looking after me whilst I've been demonetized from YouTube. So a big thank you for that. And also to the myriad of books that people have sent. There's so many. I'm trying to read them and I want to get the authors on and talk about the content of the books and whether they'll be of interest to you, the lovely viewer. So there's that as well. But also every now and again, people send me odd gifts. And I want to say a big thank you to George, who sent me this. Now, you may not, hang on, where can I put that where you can see it? If I put it too close, it'll be out of focus. It's a lighter. It's a pipe lighter. It's a lighter for pipes because it has a unique way of lighting. So just to demonstrate very briefly before we get on to the main thing I want to talk about, here's a pipe. And I need to light the pipe. So you flick this thing on the top here and you go like this, and you'll notice it comes out the side. And when you light your pipe, you can direct the flame into the bowl without scorching the side, which other lighters, if you did that with another lighter, it would, the flame goes up and burns your hands. So anyway, thank you so much, George. Very much appreciate that. And also, before we move on to the other thing, I just want to tell you that a couple of events that you may be interested in coming to. Let's start with this one. This is the Lawful Remedy panel. We do that on the show. It's in Perth. So if you're in Scotland and you want to meet some of our amazing clever clogs, as we call them, then do come along. Are you ready to take the law knowledge to another level? Our special guests we've got here, Chris Coverdale, David Edelman, the People's Lawyer, Carl Deans, Peter Wilson, Sovereign Pete, Tony Rose, Jill Lindsay, all featured on the show. And if you want to come, that is on the 22nd of September. Let me just move that up, as you can see at the bottom there. 22nd of September, that's coming up on Sunday, at the Royal George Hotel, Tay Street in Perth in Scotland. And the postcode is PH15LD. So do come along to that if you're there. I am not actually able to be there. I've just come back from Scotland myself, so I'm sorry about that. But the others will be, which will be rather great. And later on in the year, something I will be at is this. The Richard Vobes Roadshow comes to Southampton on Saturday, the 23rd of November. If you want to come along to that, we have Mark Byford, the bowler-hatted farmer, who will be there, and one other to be confirmed. It will be a fun afternoon in Southampton. So a couple of dates to note in your diary if you want to come along and meet some interesting people and have some interesting talks and what have you, and put your points to us, which would be great. Now, I am indebted to Stan MacDonald, who sent me this. We've been talking about weather modification, and we've seen the chemtrails. And by the way, thank you so much for sending those pictures to me. It's very interesting to see some. I haven't got them all lined up here, but some of them are quite staggering. You can see two aircraft going side by side, the crisscross in the area. People have sent me pictures where they said normally there's no planes at all that go over, and then suddenly, vroom, 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 they're all over the place. This is something that we really must keep talking about and stressing. But weather modification has not been just a recent flash in the pan thing. This has been going on for ages. And for those people who are still doubtful that this is a thing, and still people are going, it's just contrails, or some other excuse. Let me have a look. Thanks to Stan MacDonald for sending this across. Let's have a look at these. These are the patents in the US Patent Department and Trademark Office in America. And you'll see, look, we've got some here. 0462795, that's the number. July 16th, 1891. Method of producing rainfall. So people obviously, I imagine back then, were much more concerned with, how can we modify the weather to help us when we've got droughts, so things like that. But let's just go through some of this because I think it's absolutely fascinating. And there are yards and yards and yards of these. So 1905, means of producing high potential electrical discharges. We see on August the 16th, 1913, a rainmaker patent was registered. So these people have, you know what a patent is, that people have gone through and designed something, and it may or may not work, of course, but they've patented that design so that nobody else can say, oh, we've got that design, it's ours, and make money from it. Now, if, by the way, you happen to have a free energy machine, and you can make free energy, don't patent it. Don't let the authorities know about it. Spread it. Give that design away for free over the internet so that everybody knows how to make it. If you've got one of those, that would be brilliant, because the minute you patent, we've seen it through history, anybody who patents a free energy thing or anything useful to us, we the people, the sovereign people of this world, the people who, the Luciferians, the Freemasons, the globalists who want to control everything, once it's been patented, nobody else can do it. And so they'll either make a ridiculous offer to you and then the humanity doesn't get the benefit, or indeed they'll come after you and make sure it never sees the light again with a to the head. And we've seen that through history. There are plenty of videos that go on about that. But let's have a look at some more of these patents. So this is 100 years ago now. Process and apparatus for causing participation by coalescence of aqueous particles contained in the atmosphere. So far, so innocent, you might say, because they're trying to do rains. Here we are. Method of producing fog screens. Why would you want to do that? That might be for the military, Process of producing smoke clouds from moving aircraft, which is very fascinating. It goes on. What have we got here? Airplane spray equipment. Okay, so you may be spraying crops, innocent initial use for the stuff. But what else have we got here? Electric stream generator. A process of producing fog or mist by partial and flameless combustion. So look at the dates now. We're in 1939. So we've been doing this for over 100 years. But here we go. It gets a bit more sinister, I think. We get smokescreen generator in 1945. It's the end of the war. So you can understand that. Method of generating silver iodide smoke, process for controlling weather. Let's just scroll down. I mean, this goes on, like 1959. I mean, there's just hundreds of them. 1960, fog dispelling composition, cloud seeding carbon dioxide bullet. That's in 1960. So people have been mucking about and experimenting and all of this stuff has fallen down on us, and we've been breathing it in. Luckily, we're still here. 1964, pyrotechnic composition. What's this? Self-focusing antenna system. 1965. It's quite frightening, isn't it? 1966, metallic composition for production of hydroscopic smoke. Means for communication through layer of ionized gases. Cloud seeding apparatus, 1967. And then we get to more recent times. There's just 100. Look, I'm scrolling through them. You can see them going up. Weather modification process, 1974. 1974 again, uniform sized particle generator. Excuse me. Electrical heating apparatus for generating superheated vapors. I mean, what have these people been doing all this time? We will take over the whole atmosphere. It does seem strange. Look at this. 1975, ice nucleation by Micus, whatever that is. Freezing nucleant. They've been faffing about apparatus for generating ice nuclei smoke particles for weather modification. You cannot tell me they have not been doing this. Powder contrail generation, 1975. 1975, another patent. These are all, you can look them up. Method of controlling weather. What was it? I saw one then of radiation. 1976, broadcast dissemination of trace quantities of biological active chemicals. My God. And you know, you might think, well, some of that might be useful if you were in a war. Well, why go to war? Most of the people in this world do not want to go to war. Thank you very much. It's only the politicians and the bankers who want us to go to war. November the 15th, 1983, method and apparatus for aerosol particle absorption spectroscopy. Spectroscopy. Here we go, 1984, they're still at it. Method of and means for weather modification. And these just go on. Particle, look at this, 87. Our aerosol particle charge and size analyzer. So this just is on, and we're now only halfway through the list. Halfway through. In 1990, laser optical measuring device and method of stabilizing fringe pattern spacing. No idea what that means, but it doesn't sound pleasant. Moving on, here we go. 1992, cloud seeding. 1992, millimeter wave screening cloud and method. I'm just going to scroll here. Here we go. 2002, influencing weather patterns by way of altering surface or subsurface ocean water temperatures. So, and here, 2002, January, method and system for hurricane control. Well, is that controlling them to stop them from getting to places? Or is it to generate them? Who knows? 2003, a system for measuring the flow rate of a gas by means of ultrasound. But here's the thing. I said I was halfway through, didn't I, just now? Let's go back. Halfway through that list, and that was from the 1990s. So that's 100 years in that first half. But in the last 40 years, 30 years in fact, we have the amount of interest in faffing about up there in the atmosphere is huge. I mean, you know, just stopping here at random. 2011, method and apparatus for local modification of atmosphere. Hurricane abatement. Okay, so that might sound legitimate. I mean, some of them is obviously they want to, you know, are legitimate things, but there just seems to be a lot. January 2013, getting closer to home now, concept and modelling for utilising high frequency or radar or microwave producing or emitting devices to produce, effect, create or induce lightning or light speed or visible to naked eye electromagnetic pulse or pulses, acoustic or ultrasonic shock waves or booms in the air or space, enclosed or upon any object or mass to be used solely as part of a system, platform or device, including weaponry and weather modification. I mean, you know, this is going on. This is going on. That was, just 11 years ago. Apparatus and method for inhibiting the formation of cyclones. Well, that's fair enough. So, as I say, some of these are perfectly laudable, of course, but a lot of them are a bit more somewhat worrying that people would even want to do all of this. So we get up now to 2018, process and method of enhancing and sequestering atmospheric carbon through ocean ion fertilization and method of calculating net carbon capture from said process and method. Yep. 2019, this is quite a jolly one. Airships for weather manipulation. Are we going back to the world of the Tartaria, in which airship travel was that glorious and wonderful way of crossing the world in calm and peace? I would like to think so. Here, 2001. I thought that said Hanna-Barbera then, you know, the cartoon people that made the Flintstones and things like that. But it's Hanson Harbour aircraft engine for the production of stratospheric compounds for the creation of atmospheric reflectivity of solar radiation in the 555 nm range, whatever that is, and to increase jet engine thrust and fuel economy through the combustion of ammonia and ammonia byproducts. There it is, you know, stratospheric compounds for the creation of atmospheric reflectivity of solar radiation. There's a mouthful. And so on and so on and so on, until the last one I've got on this list is May 18 last year. Coated chloride salt particles and method of making and using the same. And here, this one, the one before, device for unmanned aerial vehicle to deploy a rainfall catalytic bomb. Yeah, it's going on, folks. It's going. I don't want to frighten you. So the best thing you can do, of course, is to take your new pipe lighter, if you've got one, and your pipe, and light the thing first time every time. The lovely Julia showed me how to do this because I was a bit naff at it. Light your pipe, sit back, have a smoke, and think, to hell with it all. We are spiritual creatures. This is only a physical shell. It doesn't really matter what they do to that. They cannot get us. No matter what they do to make our lives misery, they cannot get us. And using our mental ability to control things, we can push back. If we remain happy, upbeat, high vibrational, all their plans, no matter the fact that they've got all these stupid patents and they're desperately trying to get rid of us all, they can't. Because if we just lose the fear, enjoy our lives as much as we can, that to me is the clear answer. It may not be the scientific answer that you were hoping for, but it is the answer I'm offering. Until the next one, thank you so much for watching. Smoke your pipe with due diligence. And there's the lovely Julia puffing away at hers.